Welcome everyone to another presentation. Today I'd like to run through something that I'm working on at the moment. So I've got a fairly simple static website here that is hosted in S3 and I'm going to start building out this website. It's just going to be a fairly static website. It's not going to just have some information and some pictures and stuff, so it doesn't need to be too complicated, and it's really cheap to host a static website out of Amazon S3. So I've already got it all set up, got the DNS in Route 53 and the like, but what I want to do is actually have the files, the HTML files and the pictures all stored in GitHub. So what I want to do is have a GitHub repo, and then I actually want to use GitHub Actions to then upload the files when a change is made into the S3 bucket, which will then update the website. So I thought I'd show everyone how I'm going to do this. So let's have a go. I don't need this, leave page. Okay, so in my account, I've got a bucket here. This is the S3 bucket that's hosting the website at the moment. I've got my index file and I've got my logo. Fairly basic, but as I said, I'd like to start building this out and making changes. And if I have it version controlled in GitHub, it's going to make life a lot easier for me. So first of all, I need to go to GitHub and make a new repository for it. So here's my GitHub account. We'll go new, and we'll call it. Call it static website. We'll keep it private. We'll put a description in. We'll say cool. So we'll create that repository. Now, what we want to do is upload some files. I've actually already downloaded the files out of the S3 bucket into a folder. So I've got my index and I've got my logo. So I can upload these into the repository. So we'll upload existing files. And we'll just drag these two files in. Okay, so they're uploaded now. Okay, so let's create a new folder. So what we have to do now is create the YAML file for the GitHub Actions to upload it. Actually, before we'll do that, we need to be able to access S3. So if we go back to my AWS account and go to IAM, we can create a user. Users, create user, and we'll call it call the user GitHub. We don't need, actually call it GitHub access. We don't need console, so that's fine. We'll attach policies, and we'll go S3. And we want to do, and we'll just give it S3 full access for now. Obviously, this is just for a demo, but when I go to set it up properly, I'll create an IAM policy that actually just allows upload to that bucket. But for the purposes of this demo, we will just give it that for now. So here's the user. So we want to then go and get some access keys that we can put into GitHub to give it permissions. So we'll create an access key. Command line interface, that's fine. Create access key. So we'll copy this. And we'll put it in code. Copy that. Put that in VS Code, so we'll keep that in VS Code there. So that's all good. So go back to S3. And we'll actually grab the bucket name as well. Okay, so now we want to create a new folder and file to create the build out the GitHub action. So we'll go create new file. And we'll call it dot workflows. Oops, GitHub. We'll say. So this is actually creating folders under the main repo. So .github, and then we're going to create workflows, and we're going to call it deploy to s3.yaml. All right, cool. So there's our file. So what we need to do now is we need to create the GitHub action to upload this file. So if we go back to our VS Code, we can actually, instead of searching for this, let's ask Amazon Q developer. So here it is. So yeah, we'll open it in a new tab. So we'll say GitHub actions to upload to S3. Let's see what that brings back. Okay, so it's telling us Amazon Q's come back, and it's telling us exactly what we need to do. So we've already done this. We've already created the new file. Oops. We've already created the new file .github workflows, and we've created a YAML file. So here it's given us the code to put in the YAML file. So we'll actually copy this, go back over to our YAML file and paste that in. It's telling us what the workflow does. It triggers on push to main branch. It uses the actions checkout P3 to select the repository. So what we need to do now is it's going to come down, it's going to tell us what we need to do. So go to your repository on GitHub, click settings, secrets and variables. How cool is Amazon Q developer? So we'll follow the instructions. Cool. We'll go. I can actually commit that change. Yep. Good. So we'll go back here. So what's it telling us to do? It's saying click settings, secrets and variables actions. So we'll go settings, secrets and variables actions. Now it's telling us we need to create a new secret. So we'll go new repository secret, and we'll call it, just copy this, AWS access key ID. So, and then we'll go back to here and we'll grab our access key ID, put it in the secret, add secret. Cool. Next, it's saying we need to create the AWS secret access key. So we'll copy that. new one, and that, and then we'll create our access key. Put that in there. Add secret. Cool. What now? Now we need to put in the name of our S3 bucket. So we'll create a new one. And we'll call it, we'll copy in the name of our bucket. Make sure the AWS IAM user has necessary permissions to upload the S3 bucket. Yes, as I said, just for this demo, I just gave it full access, but you wouldn't do that in a production environment. You would create a IAM policy that just gives that IAM user just upload permissions to that specific bucket. Commit and push this workflow to your repository. Now, whenever you push to the main branch, the GitHub actions will run the upload of your repository contents to the specified S3 bucket, and then remember to replace US East 1 with your desired AWS region if it's different. I think from memory this was in US East 1. Yep, so that's fine, we don't have to change that. And then what else is Amazon Q showing us? This provides basic but efficient automatic upload to S3. Okay, so that's all good. So we have our website here. So let's go back to our repository. I'll create a test branch. Branches, and we'll create a new branch. And we'll call it dev. The development branch, the source is main, we'll create a new branch. Okay, cool. So now we can go into the development branch. Let's actually edit the HTML file. So we want to edit this file, and we've got this site is under construction. So let's add in, please check. Oops, please check again later. Exclamation mark. Cool. So we've made a change to our development. Yep, we'll say add text, and we'll commit it to the development branch. So we'll create a merge commit, confirm merge. Okay, so that should have merged it. Oops. So now if we go back to our code, and if we check the main branch, we can see here it's merged it, our update. So now that should have triggered an upload. Okay, so now that we merged that to the main repository, it would have run the actions. So we can come up here to actions. We can see here that it's merged the pull requests, it's added the files to upload, and then it's successfully run the deploy to S3. So if we have a look at this, we can see that it didn't take very long at all, but so it ran that successfully, which means it would have uploaded the updates to the S3 bucket, which means it would have updated this here. And if we have a look, once this DNS refreshes, we should have an update to our website. So I'll wait for this DNS to refresh, and then I can show you. But that's how you create a very simple workflow using GitHub's actions to update and manage a static website. So that's how I'm going to start managing this website moving forward as I build it out. I hope you found that enjoyable, and I'll catch you on the next one.